All right, so today we're diving into the world of artificial intelligence, but we're going to look at it from a totally different angle. We're talking about a Spanish company that has this wild idea that the future of AI isn't about getting bigger, it's about getting smaller and way, way smarter. And that really brings us to the central question that is shaping the entire industry right now. Have these AI models that we hear about all the time, the ones from the big tech giants, have they just gotten too big? It's a real challenge, and believe me, it's creating some pretty serious problems. I love this quote from our source material because it just puts it so perfectly. I mean, it sounds almost comically obvious, right? But the absolute core problem with these massive AI models is their sheer size. And this isn't just some techie detail, it has huge real-world consequences. See, that size creates this massive gap between what these incredible models can theoretically do and what most businesses can actually afford to use. The cost of running them, the insane amount of computing power they need, it all adds up, and it's putting the most cutting-edge AI totally out of reach for a lot of people. So what if you could just shrink them? Well, that's exactly where Multiverse Computing comes into the picture. It's this Spanish startup with a really radical idea, and it's inspired by a field that is literally all about harnessing the power of the very, very small, quantum computing. So the secret sauce here is a technology they call CompactifAI. Just think of it like a super advanced, super smart compression tool. It takes these gigantic language models and, using principles from quantum physics, it makes them way smaller and much more efficient, all without losing their power. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so to see how this works in the real world, let's meet Multiverse's own model, HyperNova 60B. This thing is basically their proof that, yes, you can have a powerful, really potent AI that doesn't need a massive supercomputer just to run. Now, HyperNova is actually derived from an open-source OpenAI model, but as you can see, Multiverse has pretty much cut its size in half. And that doesn't just reduce how much memory you need, it also leads to much faster response times, what the engineers call lower latency. 32 gigabytes, that is the magic number right there. That single change transforms the model from this resource-hungry beast into something that's way more manageable and, crucially, affordable for actual businesses to use. And listen, it's not just about the size. They've also made it super accessible. It's totally free on the big developer platform Hugging Face. The newest version is even better at complex stuff like coding and using other software tools, and it does all that while staying highly accurate. Now, an innovation this big doesn't happen in a bubble. In fact, it's sparking this fascinating new rivalry right in the heart of Europe's tech scene, and it's pitting them against another AI powerhouse you've probably heard of. So on one side, you've got Multiverse from Spain, which is what they're calling a soonicorn, meaning it's soon going to be a unicorn. And on the other, you've got the French decacorn Mistral AI, which is already valued at over $10 billion. But here's what's really interesting. They both share this big vision of creating powerful European alternatives to the US tech giants that dominate the space. And this isn't just some theoretical competition, it's playing out in the real world. Multiverse is already working with huge enterprise clients. We're talking the energy company Iberdrola, the engineering giant Bosch, and even the Bank of Canada. That shows some serious corporate trust in what they're building. So we've seen what they do and who they're up against. Now let's talk about the company's incredible growth. Multiverse is a soonicorn with ambitions that go way beyond just tech. They are literally stepping onto the geopolitical stage. So let's talk numbers. The company is pretty quiet about the specifics, but reports are suggesting its annual recurring revenue hit 100 million euros back in January. And now, the rumor is they're raising a massive 500 million euro funding round that could value them at over 1.5 billion. Their whole mission is really captured in this one quote from a recent press release. They want to deliver sovereign solutions across the AI stack. Okay, so what in the world does that actually mean? Well, it means creating AI technology that is independent of US control. For Europe, having its own homegrown powerful AI isn't just about business. It's a matter of technological independence. It's a matter of security. And that vision is a huge driver for both investment and political support. And that support is very, very real. Multiverse is being backed by regional governments like Aragon, the National Spanish Agency for Technological Transformation, and it has these really strong roots in its home Basque region. Make no mistake, this is a strategic European play. Which really just leaves us with this one fascinating final question. In an industry that seems completely obsessed with building bigger and bigger and bigger models, could the ultimate winners actually be the ones who figure out how to make AI smaller, more efficient, and accessible to everyone? Multiverse Computing is betting its future on it.